This is Alvin Fernando's property. I'm in the backyard. We're doing a front and backyard cleanup, and a big focus in the backyard is going to be weeds. So we're going to pull out all the weeds in the vegetable planters, and then here in the pathway we're going to use a string trimmer to carefully knock it down as close as we can to the pebbles, and then rake everything out, and whatever's left over we're going to spray it with a weed killer. Same thing in this situation. Anything above 2 inches we're going to pull it out, and the rest we're going to spray it. We'll use a string trimmer to clean up the edge here on the artificial turf. Just knock all this down and then spray the edges to kill off the weeds. We'll use the string trimmer in the concrete joints right here. Anything above 2 inches here will be pulled out. The rest will be sprayed. There's some weeds here. We want to make sure we get those as well. Walking over here, any plants that are growing onto the hardscapes, we want to prune them back. So this is a citrus tree. We don't want to do anything on top, just these branches right here on the side. Some weeds in here, same thing. Anything above 2 inches we're going to be pulling, and then the rest will spray. There's some like creeping, looks like some kind of creeping weed here. We won't be able to pull that out, but we will be spraying it to kill it off. So in this area there are some really large clovers. All this we're going to be pulling out, and the rest we'll use a string trimmer to knock it all down and then rake it out. On the side here as well, we want to make sure we get that. And then these plants, like there's a rosemary right here, there's a lavender, and there's this flowering plant that is covering up the rosemary. So we are going to need to prune everything back away from the pathway. So I would say away from the pathway, and then maybe like 10 inches away from the side, as much as we can without damaging the plants too much. This lavender will have to get pruned back a lot. We'll leave the blooms on top, we'll just do the edges. This flowering trailing kind of plant, we're gonna have to remove a lot of it. So this is the rosemary, and then all like this, we're gonna remove all of this. So it's gonna look a little raggedy at first, but in the springtime right now, it's growing fast. It's gonna grow back really nice. We're gonna shape up the rest. These irises, they look very spent. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut them down as low as possible so they can grow back fresh. The barberry bush is already leafed out, so we're not gonna prune too much, but we are gonna shape them. So we're going to shape them into spherical shapes, and mostly weeds. And then after the weeds are and everything's raked out, we're going to spray remaining weeds, and then we'll have an option to apply pre-emergent weed control to help with preventing the weeds from coming back. And then also we're going to be doing a quote for regular maintenance. The property is pretty low maintenance, but we'll provide an option of pruning, coming in once a month to take care of the weeds, and lightly pruning. We're not going to prune everything every month, but we're going to prune just whatever's growing the most, and obviously making sure we don't let the weeds get out of control. That way it's going to be the most cost-effective option. The other option is going to be obviously just to come in and do a cleanup like this once or twice a year. We'll leave that up to the client. That's it.